Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious, episode 116, season 3, episode 12, brought to you on Monday, April 2nd, 2018, at approximately 6:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I don't know why I'm talking with this annoying ass cadence.
You were just talking just fine. And then you went like super professional. You are listening to Facetious, and we are
hold on. Why I gotta get all nasally though? Why I gotta be? Hold on.
You kind of switched up, and you started talking like this, and you started changing up your mannerisms, and it became a completely different show. So, welcome. You put a little Obama in there. Welcome to Facetious. Welcome to Facetious.
Joe my Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, though?
What's up, dog?
Not much, man. Hey, man, what's up? You trimmed it up a little bit, dog. You lightened it up a little bit.
I cut it down, man. All right, so first of all, it's starting to get a little starting to get a little warm. It's Virginia, right. So the weather's been all over the place.
Right.
And here's the real problem. All right. My grays was starting to get real unruly. Like the grays was the ones that was like sticking out the side, and I'm like, I put something on it, and like, okay, all right, I think I got it. And then like about 10 minutes later, my grays are back up. It's like a you know, like how white people say they get a cow lick. I guess that's what it's called when their head just stick up for no reason, and they do whatever they can, and it'll stick right back up. I had that going with my grays and my beard.
Still don't even work.
Yeah, man. So I had that going, and so it wasn't a win for you, boy.
It wasn't a win. Okay.
It wasn't a win. Man. So I decided to go ahead and trim it down. It's gonna start being warm. It's gonna start being warm and stuff, and I just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this thing.
Right. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and ain't no issue. But yeah, man, it's a little toasty. Like I'm a little toasty right now, sitting up here in this sweatshirt and this hoodie because
we can hear the fan through your microphone.
No, there shouldn't be a fan. Well, you probably hear my PC.
See, he said Scar is looking very corporate today. Okay, so 2 things. One, I bought this shirt yesterday.
All right. Okay.
And then 2, my girl reminded me last night that you wear blue today for our folks that have autism. You do the autism.
Oh, okay.
You know, I bought a few shirts. I got like 4 of them. But I chose the blue today specifically because I was gonna go red, but I chose the blue specifically today for our peoples with the autisms.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Is it National Autism Day? Is that it?
I think so. It's something like that. I know my sister posted something earlier today because you know my nephew has autism.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember you saying that before. Yeah.
So and then you know there's some more autistic kids like in the pod fam, and you know like it's you know I know quite a few people and you know the homie J Bird was on the spectrum. And you know, he was on the Asperger's end of the spectrum, but like you know, so like the homies and all that kind of stuff, and you know, when is it Water for Flint Day? I ain't got no brown, dog. Like I can't.
You ain't got no bourbon. You can just pour in a cup of cold water.
I don't want much brown, dog. Like it's not. I don't want much brown. I mean, it's obvious. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about Flint. Like, you know, we gather up all the water and we put our money in to have some water sent, and people packing up tractor trailers and stuff like that, a bottled water and all that kind of stuff. And they ain't turning into nothing. It's obvious. Well, first of all, this country doesn't care very much about Michigan until the election, and then after they helped 45 win the election, it was like, all right, we good, we good. We gonna go back to ignoring y'all. So I mean that's pretty much what happened, right? Like it's like no one cared about Michigan. Like if
such disdain. You sound like you're from Ohio.
Chicago, the violence in Chicago is only a sticking point so that we don't talk about Detroit. Like, it's really that simple.
Oh man, hey, how you relegate Chicago violence to not talking about Detroit?
I mean, Detroit, I mean, for real. Like, I seen this thing on Facebook, right? When they was posting these pictures and they were talking about how, yeah, like you said, Michigan is a third world country. Like they were posting these pictures, right? And the caption was talking about like war-torn countries and, you know, thinking about having to build infrastructure overseas and all of this kind of stuff. And they was like, we lying, it's Detroit.
I'm bogus, man.
Like I didn't do it, like somebody else did it, but like they were just showing places in Detroit that are just like ravaged after like the industry. You know, our country doesn't make much except debt these days. So like, you know, we
salt and debt. I say we make haterade, salt, and debt. That's what we make.
Pretty much, like that's pretty much all the country is good for right now. Like, you know, the country was, you know, it was make America great again when we actually made stuff to sell people. Now, like, there's too many people selling stuff to us. And then we gonna go, all right, so and then we gonna go put tariffs on people.
Man, that's actually on the agenda, believe it or not. We're gonna get into that. Because I think that's a fight we can't win. But I promise you we get into that. And today is World Autism Awareness Day. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Cool. So
put your blue on, blue.
I do got blue on. You see that? I got blue on. I'm wearing blue right now, dog. As Go Blue plays tonight for that national championship against Villanova Wildcats, which is actually, oddly enough, another team whose base color is blue. So there it is.
Let's go. Yo, I'm telling you, Let's Go Wildcats is like,
that was the jam.
It's Bethune-Cookman's theme song. It's their fight song. But let me tell you about Let's Go Wildcats. Let's Go Wildcats. It gets me hyped. Like every time I hear it, I get hyped. Like I even have it on my iPod and then on my Google Play or my Google Music. Like, so if I'm doing random stuff and Let's Go Wildcats comes on, I'm in there. But like Let's Go Wildcats is so good of a song that it outlasted them taking all of the black schools out of the NCAA games.
Bogus.
They took all of the black schools out and they kept that song.
Okay.
and had the nerve that one year, the year after they took the black schools out of the games, like the basketball game and the football game, they took the black schools out. And the year after, they had a nerve to advertise the basketball game with that song.
What?
Yes. It exists. It exists. There's a March Madness basketball game advertisement where it's Let's Go Wildcats by Bethune-Cookman in there after they took all the black schools out of the game.
Bogus. But that's the EA though. You know, they wasn't trying to pay no athletes. That's why it ain't opened up NCAA game since. They keep saying that they're close to some sort of a settlement where they can start making the games again, but like every time they say that they're close, and you know, it's saying that they're close to being able to make NCAA games again is like me telling you that I'm 5 minutes away when I ain't left my house yet. I ain't even left yet.
I ain't even
knowing it's 30 minutes, knowing I'm 30 minutes out, knowing that.
Yeah. Knowing damn well that I ain't gonna be there for like the next like I ain't took no shower yet. Like I'm be like, right. I'm on my way. I'm gonna be there. I'm right around the corner. I'm gonna be there right in a few minutes.
Let me tell you about my cousin Swerve. So we were getting ready to go out to. We both work. There are only 2 theme parks here in Oklahoma City, right? And I worked at the water base when he worked at the other one. And we had like free tickets, and me, him, and my brother, we were all gonna roll and gonna go out there. And we waited on him for literally an hour, 15 minutes. We called him every 20 minutes. Swear, where you at? You left yet? And he's like, man, I'm ironing my shirt. Why it take this man an hour and a half to iron his shirt? An hour and a half to iron his shirt. I was like, You can't never. We ain't going nowhere until you iron the night before.
He was watching Supergirl. It take you that long to get through an episode.
I don't know what he was doing, but
you gotta take breaks. You gotta take breaks when you watching Supergirl.
I don't know what it was, but he wasn't dog. It wasn't even worth it. It wasn't even worth it, man. So, all right, man. But let's get into it, man. I got a pretty thick agenda today, and I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Let me tell you before you do that. I'm gonna tell you about something. I'm gonna tell everybody about something that is absolutely amazing, and I noticed this yesterday, but I haven't. Really. I didn't share it and stuff on Facebook until today. There is a song by the Migos, right? And it's called "Walk It Like I Talk It," and it's a very Migos-y type of song. Someone decided that he was going to recreate that song while reading Dr. Seuss's "Walk It in My Pocket."
What?
And it fits, and it works. And he even got somebody in the background doing ad libs. It's amazing.
Nice. That's what's up, man.
And he's like flipping through the book, so you see him actually reading the book. In order to like prolong it, there's a couple of times where he'll read something more than once, just to try to make the song work. But it does actually work.
Cool, man. That's what's up. All right, ladies and gents, let's get into this because I think it's gonna be cool. Okay, so like I said, I live in Oklahoma. And there was this dude who, he went to prison. Let's see. He went to prison in 2010. And he robbed a convenience store in 2010. And he just got out of jail earlier this year. He got out of jail in like 2015, right? And he was just arrested recently. He was just arrested on the 29th. Because he got sentenced 300 years in prison for when he got out, he robbed 4 more stores, plus the one he originally robbed that got him sent to jail. But he got 300 years in prison for robbery. Now, he didn't kill anyone, but they did say they feared for their lives and stuff. So my question is, though, we have something in the Constitution about cruel and unusual punishment, right? Do you think it's rather unusual to sentence somebody to 300 years in prison for robberies? Okay,
so it depends on the crime. Okay. I'm okay with you like if you actually hurt somebody severely, or you actually kill somebody, I don't got a problem with that. Like robbing somebody, like if ain't nobody get hurt, like even if it's an armed robbery, I'm not down with that. Like even if it's an armed robbery, maybe like if the moment your body or something attached to your body hurts something or someone else, then that's where the line gets crossed. If you walk in there with a gun and say, "Give me all your money," they give you the money and you leave, I don't think so.
Okay. No. So here's the thing. So they charge people for assault. Oh, my bad. So they charge people for assault and battery, right? And so I can't remember if it's battery or assault, but I believe one of them is like the perception that you might be harmed, right? It's a threat of an act. Yeah. So it's such assault is a threat or physical is a threat or physical act. Is a threat or a physical act. It's reason why apprehension of imminent harmful or offensive contact. Whereas that's assault. That's assault. Assault is the actual belief. Battery is the act of, right? So it is actual contact. So he'll be charged with assault. But the problem is the judge ordered him to serve all of his sentences consecutively. And he has to serve at least 85% of his term sentence. And so the total was 294 years. I'm thinking, man, dog, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go in there and steal and get sentenced consecutively like that. District Judge Timothy Henderson might put you down for 300. Like
300.
300. Like, man, that is a lot. Dude, that's like at least that could be 3 to 4 lifetimes, man. At least.
Hey, Samson in the chat. Is he coming through really roboty to you?
Was I? Man, I don't even know.
No, you're like super robot. I can understand what you're saying, but you're super robot right now, and I don't know if it's just me.
All right, let me see if because people come in and like to get on YouTube and do stuff when I'm recording, so I need to handle that real quick. Yeah, man, I thought that was rather strange. So
no, but okay, so here's my thing about it. If you got in trouble for robbing some folks, and you looked that judge in the eye and you did it again, and he did it again, like if you get out and you like, you know what, I'm gonna rob 4 more. I ain't got no problem with you. Like, I ain't really got no problem with you catching that 300, because there's something where you, I don't know how to say this. Like, there's intent in that I would say that's mixed in this a little bit. Okay, if you rob some banks or you rob some places because your life was hard, and I get it, you know what I mean? So you go to jail or you go to prison for that. All right, fine. But if you get out of prison and you decide the best thing for you to do is to do the same thing that got you in prison, then I have zero sympathy for how many hundos you get. Like, none. Like, if you, like, for real, if you went in there before, they let you go, and then you did it again, I'm sorry, but if you catch that 300, then I don't feel bad. I think that 300 is really I think 300 is excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point, you just tell a dude, like, you just don't even worry about it. You never getting out of here. Like, if you gonna say, like, I'm gonna sentence you to 300 and you got to do like 280 of them Jones, like, right? You might as well just say, you know what, you gonna die here, dog.
Right. I mean, if you even have to be mad for that, you're gonna die here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just like, man, is it any better? Number one, hopefully it's better. I don't know.
It's a little bit better.
I hear not much. Okay, I don't know what it is, man. I guess it's just, I don't know what it is. But yeah, let me get all of these pages down. It's crazy. It's all really that much rolling. But yeah, man. So I thought it was a little weird when I saw that. I was like, man, that has to be classified as cruel and unusual.
I'm sorry, but like once you get out and you do it again, I can't really have any sympathy. And you did it again. Like, I can't have any sympathy for you. Like, even if he did something different, I still have no sympathy. Like, you know what it was like. You know what it was like to get to go to jail or prison or wherever you was, and you got out and decided that you were going to do something wrong again. I cannot have any sympathy for you when it comes to that. Like, like, if you like armed robbery, you know what I mean? Like, armed robbery, that's a real hard line decision. Like, if you went to jail for armed robbery and then you were like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait till y'all leave, and you switch to burglary, I might have a little bit more sympathy for you.
You stepped it down in intensity. You took it down.
You took it down a little bit. If you take it down a little bit, then we don't have no issues. I don't have very many issues. Like, you step wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
But if you stepped it down to burglary, I would feel bad about you getting 300.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad about anybody getting 300. Well, not anybody, but especially in this regard, in this case, man, that's a rough one. Like, that's a rough one, man. I don't know about that.
But I mean, prison industrial complex, blah blah blah, whatever. And this actually leads into another one of the stories that you got.
Which one?
I will read this. Okay. I will read this. Someone posted this. The gentleman's name is a screenshot of someone named Tafari Azubuike.
Yeah. As a bouquet. All right.
He said Oklahoma lawmakers are asking for $800 million to build 2 new prisons, but for some reason they can't pay their teachers. Oklahoma is second in the nation in incarceration and around 47th in the nation in education. Well, we know who the last 3 are.
Right. Hey, but we're first in the nation in women incarceration rates too. Highest in the country.
So it is clear to me why they can't pay their teachers. They don't want educated citizens. They want inmates. But nobody's talking about that.
Right. So listen, the state has a finite pot of money and from revenues from which to appropriate. And right now, my son was out of school today. They're supposed to be doing state tests this week. And they're going to be out again tomorrow. Some schools are out through Wednesday. His school could possibly be out through Friday. Thanks, Terrence. I'm glad you let me know my audio is better. But I know we talked about this, man. Like,
we did talk about this, but like that you want $800 million for 2 new prisons, but you can't pay you can't pay these teachers the few little meal that they was asking.
Right.
And it wasn't even like they were like, based off of what you said, they weren't asking for a whole lot, and they were willing to accept less.
Right. And the thing is, what they asked for really is what it brings them up to is still way less than what the national average is. Right. So that's not the issue, but the problem is, again, we got one finite pot to build from, and I mean, if you look at it now, man, some of our prison systems in many states and definitely even some federal, I mean, you have, some of those are private facilities, man, like they're outsourced to companies. So you just look at it and you just think, man, but I mean, there's corrections, all those, they're all pulling from the same pot, man. So I mean, we got to make up our mind. Are we going to really try to get our students back in school? Are we really going to make these teachers want to stay and teach? Because our last 2 teachers of the years went to Texas. Like, are we serious about doing that? Do we really want to get up in the 30s maybe for statewide education? Or are we gonna sit around here with our finger up our nose? You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me lighten this up just a little bit, because like you said, we did already discuss this. Mm-hmm. Who's the other one? Because there has to be 3 on the bottom right. We already know that Alabama and Mississippi are down there. So who's the 3rd?
I want to say it's Arkansas. But I could.
Arkansas. There we go. See, I wouldn't even think about Arkansas. No one thinks about Arkansas.
Well, that's a valid point. What you want me to say?
Who thinks about Arkansas? Like, unless somebody mentions Arkansas, like no one thinks about Arkansas. Like, Arkansas is pretty much the South version of Idaho. Like, no one really thinks about. No one thinks about Idaho. Like, when was the last time you had a serious thought about Idaho?
Man, last time I looked at some potatoes. That's all I'm saying. The
only time you think about Idaho is when you think about potatoes. Like, there's no other time when you think about Idaho at all.
Maybe.
I mean, I think about, let's be honest, I think about North and South Dakota more than I think about Idaho and Arkansas.
North and South Dakota more? Really?
I would consider, I would, like, if I'm thinking about places, and the North and South Dakota are like the least, they have the least amount of tourism because ain't nothing there.
Right.
Ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there, but except for the mountain thing with the president faces. I can't think of what's it called. Mount Rushmore. There we go. I couldn't think of the name. Like, that's the only thing that I really think about the Dakotas.
Right. Okay.
But like I would think of Mount Rushmore, and I include both of them in Mount Rushmore because they're basically the same. But before I think about, like, especially Arkansas, like what outside of the Clintons, what has Arkansas ever produced? Except for no. You know what? I take that back. Banging in Little Rock.
Banging in Little Rock. You know what? Banging in Little Rock was legit.
Banging in Little Rock was legit. And when did Banging in Little Rock come out? I ain't thought about Arkansas since Banging in Little Rock.
That was like
I'm gonna look that up.
That was a while back, dog. Oh man, that was a while back. But yeah. So it looks like as far as population,
94.
so let's see average salary. Let me 94.
Banging in Little Rock came in 94.
Yeah. Oh man, Heathen just hit it up and said Facetious not started yet. I guess he didn't see that we threw an audible, so you might want to hit him up, man, and send him the link.
Yeah. I got him.
No way up.
What did he send that?
He sent that in the league in the chat. Bagging the Simpsons don't know about that bagging a Little Rock, dog. No, okay, so looking at the average salary of teachers, let's see. I'm trying to find. Okay, so South Dakota's 51. I guess they're counting DC in this thing as well, and I can't find 50 because it's not in numerical order, which sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
48 is Idaho, 49. Sorry, that was 2015, 2016. Gosh, man. 50 is Mississippi. 48 is West Virginia. 51 is South Dakota. And 40.
Wow, so it's better for Alabama than I thought.
Right. So Alabama actually is 37.
Really?
So, I mean, y'all can say what y'all want to say. This is per 2016.
Okay, wait. So, let's be clear.
And Oklahoma's 49th. 49, dog.
Okay, 40. Is this all? Do you know, like all of the schools, including stuff like Alabama and Auburn?
This K through 12. It's not higher education.
Okay, it's common. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
But yeah, there you go, man. So yeah, it's rough, but man, let's get into this because right. So it's not as bad as you thought. However, all right, getting into this. What time we start? 6:15.
I know Mississippi mad right now.
Yeah. You know they gotta be upset, man.
What do you mean we not on the bottom?
Bogus. No, man. So you know who's gonna come out on the bottom of this trade war, man? It's gonna be us. And this is why I say this. I was looking at CNN Money today. Look, man. So, and it's not this. Okay, so you know, President Trump has been discussing about Amazon, right? Recently, talking about he's really upset about some of their revenues and whether or not they collect taxes and stuff. And it'll get to the trade war talk in just a minute. But I just want to throw out the fact.
Hold on, I'm gonna share something. I'm gonna screen share something real quick, because
yeah, we can do that.
This is telling you exactly what your boy is about. And for those on the audio version of this, is a picture of 45. It gives Amazon a $750 million tax break, and then complains that Amazon doesn't pay enough taxes.
Right. It's quite funny, man. But so this is the thing that threw me off when they were talking about how Amazon took a hit yesterday. Amazon's market share dropped 5%, which amounted to them losing $37 billion. So if you do the math, 5% equaling 37 billion is 5% of $740 billion. That's what Amazon is valued at. Think about that for a minute.
Amazon, let's be real. Amazon has so much money. Like, first of all, this is a drop in the bucket for Jeff Bezos. Like, let's be honest.
Yes.
This is a drop in the bucket for him. He'll be all right. Second of all, Amazon has so much money that they are strongly considering just buying the buildings that Toys R Us is vacating so that they can just make Amazon stores.
Right. They can make stores, they can make warehouses.
Toys R Us couldn't make no money off this. But they're like, we can.
We got it. Our business model is slightly different. Let's go. And so it's interesting, man, in that regard, because you think about Amazon and you think about how much stuff that they send all throughout the world. It's Amazon everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
Now, think about all the things you buy from Amazon that might come from overseas and all the things that Amazon might ship overseas. Now, start adding on tariffs.
Now, right? What's going to happen to all of this really cheap stuff I get from China?
Right.
That take 2 weeks to get here. But it's damn cheap.
Right.
My phone case my phone case. You know how much this phone case cost me? And it's breaking a little bit because, you know, it's been through some things. But my phone case cost me $5. And this thing is greatness, sir. It is protecting my phone. I drop my phone quite often. And it cost me $5. What do you $5? He gonna cost me another $5.
Really?
45 is gonna cost me another $5. Watch what happens. Watch what happened. And I'm plotting on a new phone. I'm just trying to wait till I get my ducks in a row and all that other stuff. I gotta get some other things taken care of. But I'm trying to get a new phone. I really want the upgraded version of this phone, but China. So
China. Say China. Why you just throw out one word? China.
China, as 45 would say. It always sounds like he's saying China.
Right. That's the same thing I hear. I don't know if it's just me though.
Yeah, I thought it was just me. Like, is he saying China? It always sounds like he's saying China. For the longest, like, I haven't said this out loud. But it always sounds like he's saying China when he's that must be what's on his mind. Pause. But
right.
But like, that didn't really need a pause. But your man's is in here.
Right.
You see, I told you, your man's is in here, so I had to go ahead and preemptively pause. And like we out here trying to figure out if the stuff that we get from China is gonna cost us more, and he out here thinking about China and
double entendres, y'all. That's what's happening. But I'm thinking. So, and Simpson say, 45 out here costing him money, and it is, because Simpson does the financials thing, but you think about it, so much of the stuff that we import.
China.
I already changed it. It's already
but
done.
You gotta make it JHINA, like
JH. Okay, done. The thing that I'm thinking about is what happens when Amazon, what happens to Amazon now? So how much more difficult has he made it for Amazon, and has he made it for other companies like that, right? How much more difficult has he made it for them to operate and to make a profit now? And the video that I had,
and on top of it, and I probably shouldn't have cut you off just then. I thought about this. I thought about it after the fact. After he did all of this stuff with the tax breaks, like, how many of these big companies started just laying people off in droves?
Right. Oh man. Oh, right after they got tax breaks, son. Like,
yeah, they got the tax breaks, and they was like, we laying off by like 45 down.
45 down. Just lean back. Down. Yeah, no.
45 down.
45 down, man.
And they're doing like an old man. We laying off about 45,000. Mm-hmm. Like,
he said too soon. You're right, Keith. You're right. But no, man. I just
because you are you one of the people that got let go? Yeah,
I wanted to say because he was at Sam's forever, and yeah, man. What's up,
Madness thing?
Yes, sir. So look, man. I think this war. I actually have a video linked into the show notes, so if you guys want to check it out, it plays into how we taxed some chicken and how we ended up taxing vehicles, and how it affects the technological advancement of the American automotive industry and their ability to compete now. Like, it's really, really interesting stuff.
All right. So here we go. Here we go. And I'm looking in the camera, and I'm gonna say it again. I ain't about to pay the $5 for the chicken, dog. Like, what is you doing? How you messing up the chicken? The chicken, of all things that you could mess up right now, why are you messing up the chicken? And they talking about messing up the poke. Like, they messing up the poke and the chicken. How are you messing up the poke and the chicken? When poke prices go down, that's when your boy gets a McRib back. How you messing up my McRib?
I didn't know you were this passionate about the McRib. Like I know Double A's affinity for the McRib.
I love the McRib, dog. You know what I like? Do you know what I like the best about when the McRib come back? Because when the pork prices go down like dramatically, you can get a McRib combo, right?
Okay.
You can get an extra one for $1. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you know them pork prices is the rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Rock bottom because a lot of times you back though. Yeah, a lot of times you can get that. You can get the meal, and then you got to pay the extra for the extra sandwich. And you're like, you know what? Cool. You know what? It's the McRib. I'm down. I pay the extra. But when they rock bottom, dog. When they rock bottom, you can get an extra one for $1, my man.
Look at
$1. One.
He's serious.
$1 when the pork prices, and he's about to mess up the pork.
Hey man, but you know, I feel like Chris Rock coming up in there, you know. Hey man, you know that extra $1 is a little much. Like, what can I get for 50 cents? Can I get like half of it? Like, can I get like half a bun?
One rib. What can I get for one rib?
For one rib.
How about I give you 25 cents and I turn my head up like this and you just dunk it in and out of my mouth?
Right. Right. How about you don't worry about the sauce? You just give me the rib straight up. And I take that spare piece of cheese over there you ain't using. Like, how about
he about to mess it up so bad that you're gonna have to pay for the sauce extra.
Yeah,
and then like you gonna have to pay like 10 cents per pickle. That's
that ain't even no deal at that point.
It ain't even no deal. But you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna hurt me to do it. It's gonna hurt me to do it, but I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get the extra one, and I'm gonna have to put on the sauce and the extra pickles, and I'm gonna have to do that. But I'm gonna have to do that for the culture. Like I can't just let a McRib just be a rib on some bread. Like I gotta have my.
You gotta have your ribs. All right. Hey, so let's get into it because I only got a little bit of time and I got 3 topics, 2 of which are extremely related to each other. The other one is not. So, guys, I reached a revelation this weekend when I was outside serving for church and it was cold. I mean, it was like 30 degrees outside, and I was outside helping with the Easter egg hunt that we still held outside, but it was so cold. I felt like arthritis was messing up in my hand, but I was also throwing out eggs like this all day. Seriously, I threw out no less than 300 eggs, just wrapped in stuff. Yeah. So I came home and my hand hurt, and I wasn't really worried too much about it. But I was like, you know what? With me trying to work out and really get in shape for this wedding, and for me really trying to make sure I'm on my classes for work and get stuff. Simpson, my boy Simpson, getting married in July.
I ain't get no invite. I mean, I ain't going, but I ain't get no invite.
He can send you one digitally.
You bogus. You bogus, Simpson. You bogus.
But
I didn't even say it the special way, Simpson.
Oh, bogus.
Looking in the camera, and I'm saying it again. Saying it again. How your boy ain't even get an evite?
He didn't even get an evite. He didn't even get a card. Nothing. But now, man, I'm telling you, man. So my thing is, I came home and I was like, man, in my life right now, I think I'm too old to game now. Like I feel like I'm aging out of gaming now. Like, cause you know we've been trying to meet up during game nights and stuff, and I've been out there, but I just been out here kind of doing my thing, just liking what I like. You know what I mean? And then I finished the Wild Hunt again, like all the way, The Witcher 3, all of it, all the DLC, all the main story. And I just sat back and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm good. Like, I think I'm good on gaming. And so I'm thinking, Scar, are you aging out of gaming?
I'm not really aging out of gaming. Here's what I think that's happening to me. Yeah. It's like I'm not aging out of gaming, but I'm not really playing a whole lot of games these days because I got a lot of grown folk stuff to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I got to deal with grown folks.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just started doing my art challenge for April. Follow your boy on the Instagrams. I'm doing a painting a day, and then I'm gonna start. I'm gonna figure out a way to give away one painting a week. Like you get to choose from one of the paintings I did that week, and I'm gonna give and I'm gonna give them away. While I'm because this is all just still a learning process for me. But I got a lot of stuff piling up right now. I got people who said they want stuff, but ain't nobody came and got them. Because I live in Richmond and everybody else live everywhere else. So so that's happening to me right now. So I'm gonna do a painting a day for April. I'm doing a painting a day for April, but like it's that type of stuff that like I want to play more Killing Floor. I did play some Killing Floor. I actually did some live streams.
I know. I came in and saw you.
Yeah, and you came in and saw me. I'm working on a support character, but I really want to be fully leveled up in my two mains, which is the Firebug and the SWAT.
Right.
But like the time to do that, and we even did a game night on PlayStation on Friday.
Yeah, and I was gonna get out there and I passed out. And like I was saying, like you were saying, Mike, like I got so many things other things I want to do that I'm trying to do, and it's not that my desire to game isn't there. It's just that my life is not commensurate with that desire, right? Because I have other things I want to do. So
yeah, like I want to paint. I want to chill out with my girlfriend, and then offer her some dick every once in a while. It's not like let's be honest, it's not like she's taking it, but like. See, but I'm gonna put the offer out there, and like that cuts into anything else that I kind of want to do. Like, right. I've been sitting. Look, you know how I feel about Supergirl, right? You know how I feel about Supergirl. I've been watching Supergirl. I've been watching Supergirl with her. She started from the beginning. Like I sat down and I watched Supergirl, and occasionally be like, brother got some super dick. You want some of this? I mean, it's not red, white, and gold, but like I could do some things. Like,
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now Mark says he aged into one game. What game you aged into, Mark? That's what I'm interested in. And what Heathen said, JRPGs are just so slow and chill that is what he wants right now in his life.
You know what? I like, that's kind of what happened with me with like the Prison Architects and the Rim Worlds and all of that kind of stuff. There, when I get some time to play, I'm playing this single focus game that I can just stop whenever I feel like it. And like playing Killing Floor is awesome, but I can't pause Killing Floor. You're right. You're right. When it's time for me to play some Killing Floor, which I'm getting ready to buy on Xbox because I saw they actually have a disc version, and the disc version used is like $22 as opposed to buying it for $40. Why are digital games not cheaper? But that's
right. We'll get into
that's
that.
For another day. That's for another. That's for another day.
Now, Terrence has a good question. He does say, "Are you aging out of gaming, or is there a lack of great games?"
That is not true at all. It is not a lack of great games. There is
you don't think so?
All kinds of. I believe that there is for the last. I don't know from the very end of the 360 PS3 generation till now. There is so much out there that like. Yes, the one thing that changed is we don't have those tentpole games that everybody is playing because we have so much available to us that everybody can play what they want. Like I can play RimWorld, you can play The Witcher, like somebody else can be on Fortnite. I still don't understand the Fortnite and Puig thing. I don't get it. I just don't. But Fortnite is like the shit right now. So like there's so much out there and there's so much that you can do. Like the kids can get their Minecraft on. Like there is so much out there that and also the addition of social media split us apart because it used to be like the new Call of Duty comes out, we all playing. The new Halo comes out, we all playing and we all doing it at the same times together. But because we old and we got things to do, like we kind of gravitate to the stuff that kind of works for us at the time. And like Call of Duty doesn't work for all of us anymore. Right. We don't have the time. We don't have the time to get good. So we just like, you know what? I don't, I got grown stuff to do, so I'm not going to try to get Call of Duty so I can play multiplayer because I don't have time to get good at multiplayer, and I'm not just going to show up in Call of Duty and get toe up. Like, no, I'm a grown man with pride, dog. Like, I'm not about to,
you ain't about to knife me to death. That ain't happening.
Right. It's like you say Call of Duty doesn't work for nobody. First of all, double negative and spelled incorrectly.
Right. So much hating, and Slasher would disagree because he plays the heck out of somebody.
But you know something? When they announced that they were remaking Modern Warfare 2,
sorry, Slasher,
I got really excited, and then they said it is possibly they're not going to have any multiplayer, and I'm like, there goes my interest completely.
Right.
But like just like the idea that we could get a little bit of that back, and I was a little bit interested. Like, I'm cool. Modern Warfare 2 was like so great, like so great.
Now, Mark says that like Elite Dangerous on PC was complex enough to keep him entertained for an entire year. And I actually interviewed the developers of that game when I was down at PAX South, and they actually had a VR element coming. They were one of the first games to fully support VR. And believe it or not, Mike, that leads us into our final subject. Like I said, it's kind of tied into two different things, right? So, bruh, did you know? First of all, shout out to my boys, Michigan Wolverines, who playing in the championship tonight. But did you know that even through round 1, you could watch a lot of the games in the tournament in VR? They were running commercials, and I just kept overlooking. I'm like, whatever. I don't even own a VR set, right? My PC ain't powerful enough. I'm not gonna spend $300 or $400 or whatever. It's $300 now. It's down to $299 on PS4 for that. So I'm not gonna do that, but I got a link in the show notes, but the Final Four is in VR, as is tonight's championship game. So I wonder if anyone is doing that. Like, I put the call out on Twitter and nobody responded, because I know some people, like, the folks over at the OMG Hour, like Sean and Tico. I think they both have VR headsets. I want to say Jeff also has VR headset, and then Mike from Gamers and Beta had VR headsets, and I mean, a lot of people have VR headsets. Glovebox, I tried his when I came out to Virginia. He got a PS4 Pro with the headset, and but man, I never got any response. So I'm wondering, and the reason I say that is because I just read an article today. Was it at Forbes? Or maybe it was at Polygon. But they said the question of the article was, is VR dead? No, actually, it's CNET. It says it's time to break up with VR. But it's written by Dan Ackerman.
This is right on time for your boy.
Right on time. Okay.
Okay. Because one, I was in GameStop on Saturday.
Okay. Word up.
And while I was in GameStop, a very peculiar but likely thing happened. There was an advertisement for PlayStation VR, and they brought your boy Greg Miller in to do it.
What? Well, yes. Not surprising. No,
like I say, it's peculiar but likely. They like, I can hear it. I wasn't watching it at all. I'm just looking at games and all that kind of stuff. But they brought him in so that he could, tell everybody about the greatness of PlayStation VR and saying that VR is not dead and all of this other stuff. Like, and it's obvious they needed Greg Miller to do that. Right. And then also yesterday, I went to see Ready Player One.
Did you really?
I went to see Ready Player One. If you listen to the Dream Team is about 2 hours long, and an hour and a half of that is talking about Ready Player One, because they had seen it and I had not at that point. And I was just fire mad about all of the changes that they made. And I don't like it. I mean, the movie, if you separate the what you know from the book, if you separate what you know from the book, it's a decent movie. It's not great, it's decent. But they telegraph some like crazy some crazy spoilers from the book. They telegraph way too early.
Really?
Way too early. Like, there is a huge reveal that's at the end of the book, that's in the trailers, You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I hate when they do that.
It's in the trailers, and when you watch the movie, that reveal it seems pretty much obvious to anyone with ears.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Anyone with ears, it's very obvious that this thing is eventually going to happen.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not spoiling it because I don't really know what you're talking about, so I appreciate that. I really do.
I have not seen Pacific Rim yet. I think I'm just gonna plop down Movie Pass. Like, I'm not a big movie goer, but lately I've been going to the movies, and but I go see movies that I know I'm going to enjoy. Like, I went to see Black Panther twice. I took my daughter to see Wrinkle in Time, and even though I didn't love it, she did, and that's what matters there. And and then I went to see Ready Player One. I was going to see Pacific Rim, but the conversation on the Dream Team about Ready Player One made me like, no, I have to go see this now because, like, Rashani and Jay, they both have Movie Pass. Rashani had already been twice. Nice.
And the thing is, I can't do Movie Pass. I mean, I wanted to. Will invited me to the program, which I truly appreciate. We doing this that we doing we're refocusing the finances, number one, and B, I guess. Man, I take my family when I go, and so it's kind of bogus to only have it for one person. So yeah, so that's that it makes it a little difficult for me.
Yeah,
but yeah, man. So VR though, man, I don't see it. I've never bought into it, right? But I always thought the cost of entry was too high. I always thought the hardware was too corded. It was too limiting. I always thought that the room situation and the lighting situation had to be right. But I thought
that PlayStation had the best chance of market penetration, and it just doesn't.
Pause. But it did okay.
It did penetrating the market. Like, I'm
right. I know what you're saying.
I didn't say penetrating China. So.
But that said, when I played it out of Glovebox's house, man, it was cool. It was immersive. It was fine. It was fun. But I just couldn't see myself. I can't see myself paying $400 for something I'm gonna play maybe 45 minutes and be done. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know if I can't say if truly if VR is dead, but I can tell you what, man, that thing is hanging on life support, and I don't know. I guess I don't see it.
I thought that Ready Player One could reignite something if someone tried to make something like the Oasis when the movie came out.
Oh, okay.
And no one has, because the problem with VR right now is it just doesn't have a killer app. There is nothing.
Here you go, Jason. Yeah, with the sound off, yeah, it's probably terrible. You're probably right. You're probably right. That's okay. My room was clean. He's just hating because he sees that U of M back there hanging.
The vape is killing me. I'm not getting cancer.
But he has a point. The vape has been shown to not be good for you, though.
No, I mean, I'd rather possibly end up with popcorn lung than cancer.
Okay, I mean, you pick and choose.
No, I mean, like, cancer. It's cancer. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's valid. That's valid. That's valid. I mean, that's valid. All right, man. Well, Mike, guess what? I only had a couple other things, but I mean, I guess I can kind of let them go because we need to get up out of here. We started late, so we need to get up out of here.
Because Crowdcast messed up. I need all of y'all to show up to Crowdcast. When we put that link out, I need y'all to go to Crowdcast because, like, lately we've been getting people in, but it's like 1 or 2 people. But then, like, we go back here and there's 7 watching now. Like, where all y'all 7? When we on Crowdcast, which is a better which is a better platform for this, but it just wouldn't start today.
Yeah, it was messing up today, so we did this as a backup, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. We miss some of y'all for the live shows. Y'all make this hot.
Absolutely. All right, man. So, quick shout outs here, real quick, and I don't know what happened to my light. There it is. All right, so, yeah, I do have some shout outs So shout out to everybody who joined us live in the chat, man, for real. Simpson, Terrence, Mark, Keith, Devious, Mr. Matt, Chase, and Jason, aka Facetious, jumped up in here as well, man. So but yeah, man. So that's really about it. I want to say thank y'all for dropping in. Appreciate it. Really, really do. But yeah, and I also have some other shout outs. Trader Joe from Gaming Vessels. You guys need to check out Gaming Vessels. Check out that podcast, man. That is Show Enough, Trader Joe and Nemo Tigger. Dez. Check them out, man.
They never got me on the show after they took a shot at me. I said something on Twitter, and ain't nobody ever get back to me. I want y'all to have me on the show.
I mean, they may not want you on the show. I mean, you can take that as personally as you want.
I mean, how am I supposed to defend myself? How am I supposed to defend myself? No, actually, I don't get invited to many podcasts these days. That's some bull.
Right. And I was gonna invite AZ Rockslide, but things I got behind.
I'm already on 3 podcasts though, so no, don't invite me. I'm cool.
Right. You crazy, man. And then shout outs to my boys Starting Point. I mean, Corey and Brian over there, and the boys always hold it down, man. I always have a good time listening. Game Enthuse, Aaron. Oh, shout outs to folks gonna be at PAX East this week. Actually, believe it or not, when I did the War of Awards, when I did that, they're actually holding it again at PAX East, but I won't be able to make it. But I ended up getting Aaron and Sean. So Game Enthuse, Indifference got him in, and Sean Zientane from OMG Hour in OMG Nexus got them in.
Awesome Con was last weekend.
Was it?
Yeah, okay. It's the same type of convention, but it's in DC.
Word up. So yeah, man. So y'all check that out this year. Check it out on YouTube. They always record it. They always do a good job. It's if you're going to PAX East, try to find that panel. I believe it's going to be the War of Awards. Try to find that panel. It's Navigator, NAVGTR, the National Association of Video Game Trade Reviewers. And they both review a lot of games, dog. So get in there, go check that panel out. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's late at night. It's one of the most interactive panels that I've ever done. They really want crowd participation and stuff. So y'all go check that out. And then also I mentioned it last week. Got a little bit more information though. So June 23rd and 24th, correct me if I'm wrong, my man Slasher, but OFR is going to be they're going to be meeting up in Nashville to record a whole live show, man. So they're gonna meet up in Nashville and go kick it. And
my only question is why Nashville?
Because they looked for central. It was just a place that was geographically central. That seemed like it was popping, had some things to do, and a lot of people like the vibe in Nashville. A lot of people like the vibe in Nashville. I mean, you probably love it because I hear that the music scene down there is hot, and you're pretty diverse musically. So
yeah, but I would want to go. I would want to go to see Tennessee State, and I don't think it's popping around that time. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. But I would just say, if you guys are interested, going out there and check that out. Listen to OFR. Go out there and check that out because we want to meet up with the community. We do community a little different from other people. So I really hope you guys get out there and give that a shot because those fellas are really, really excited about meeting up with each other and with you guys. So
now you can't pick Memphis. I've been scared of going to Memphis since listening to 3-6 Mafia. I'm good.
No, you good. I think Nashville will be actually a pretty good spot. And in June it's not as hot as it would be in July or August. So he said the whole airport smelled of barbecue. That's valid though.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's valid though. That Memphis BBQ is legit.
But I ain't going nowhere outside that airport.
No, you silly. But listen, everybody. Hey, thank you so much for listening. Shout outs to my boy Meef as well, man. He appreciated the kind words on the show from last week, and we had a conversation about that this week over Twitter. So hey, man, we really appreciate everybody watching and listening, tuning in to us. Look, share this with everyone. Rate us really high if you can. Rate us on multiple platforms. So we'd appreciate it. But hey, go Blue tonight. Michigan playing Villanova again tonight. Go Blue.
And so light it up blue for your autism folks. That's why I'm wearing this. They tell me so I'm corporate. No, I'm just lazy. I wore this to work.
Okay. All right. Word up. So, but Simpson is about that Memphis life in May. So, but everybody, thanks for watching and listening. We'll be back in your ears and in front of your eyeballs again next week. Now, which platform? Yeah, but we'll be here.
We might want to try to see if we can get this running at 7.
7.
So we can see if we got 5 minutes to figure out if it's gonna work.
Right. And it was my bad because I was in there cleaning dishes. I'm gonna make sure I switch with the dish night next week.
I think it's them adding that extra functionality broke something.
Yep, pretty much. So, hey, everybody, y'all have a great week. Stay open. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors.